So let's begin it. I am Saurabh Johari again, and I'm here with new podcast in front of you. And I thought कि आज सबसे कुछ डिस्कशन फिर से कर लिया जाए just because आज Sunday है and we are again in lockdown situations. So there is a message for everybody before starting this podcast because we all know that this is a stressful times. Not only stressful because there are a lot of negative news around us. There is a lot of fake news spreading across social medias, and there are a lot of people trying to divide people each other, and also there are a lot of people arguing with each other that they are right and they are wrong, and I literally hate these things. So that's why I literally uninstalled all types of social medias except WhatsApp from last 7 to 8 months. Okay, and I'm really feeling so much content and peaceful because I'm staying away from all those negative news. So if you wanted to do it, you can try it, but it depends who wanted to do it or who don't want to do it. But it's your choice. But I'm here with new podcast in front of you to discuss some things, and the topic of this discussion today is how to discover within yourself and master things that you have never tried. So yes, let's begin this topic. And before beginning to this topic, I wanted to let you know that COVID lockdown is really a stressful time, and you have to accept these things that this is a stressful time, and I should keep my mindset such that I should not go in any types of anxiety, loneliness, or kind of any depression. So yes, because it directly affects your actions and your thoughts. So my advice would be that there will be a lot of people that would be struggling right now in terms of job and money, and also there will be a lot of people who would be bragging about their success, bragging about their money they have made, bragging about the things that they are doing, that I'm doing push-ups, I'm doing this art, I'm doing these things, I'm doing that thing. But you have to understand that you should always be staying away from the grass is always greener mentality. So that's all the things that I wanted to talk about. So I will be sharing three concepts that really helped me along the way to be more happy and find the mindset that keeps me very activated throughout the whole day. So first of all is called stay away from the grass is always greener mentality. This is the point. This is saying that I always say to everybody, and I stress every time if someone tells me or try to say me that you have this and I don't have this. I always have one answer that grass is always greener on the other side. So I wanted to stress and explain these things why grass is always greener on the other side. So what I think that grass is always greener on the other side is just a DNA disorder of all kinds of living beings. Okay, so I take it as a trick when someone, when I myself sometimes feels that they have this and I don't have this. So I relate it like I have a DNA disorder that feels let me feel that he others have good and I don't have good. So I should not focus on that and I should focus on ourselves. Okay, so the basic funda is that I should focus on my blessings, focus on my strengths. Okay, the full quote is that the grass is always greener on that side where it is watered. Okay, if your grass is not being watered and it's always on the sunlight, then it's going to burn away. Okay, it will not be ever be green. Okay, so there will be a lot of people doing all sorts of things, so you have to be away, keep your mindset away from what they are doing. You have to focus on yourself, that grass is always greener on the other side, and it's a disorder of our DNA that we like other people things that they are doing and we don't like our things that we wanted to accomplish or try to do. Okay, so first point was grass is always greener on the other side, and you have to stay away from that mentality. Second point is that you have to deal with insecurities, because when we are alone and when we are working and we don't have anybody around us, we try to narrow our thoughts within ourselves, that what are the success that I have achieved, how I am and what not I am. Okay, so there are a lot of insecurities that we build within ourselves. Okay, so you have to deal with those insecurities as well, because जैसे कि आप कभी भी सोच सकते हैं कि आपको लगता है कि उसके पास ही है, वो गोरा है मैं काली हूँ, ठीक है। और जैसे कि आप सोच सकते हैं कि उसके पास ये है, उसकी हेल्थ अच्छी है, वो बहुत पतला है, कोई मोटा है, ठीक है। बट मुझे ऐसा मानना है कि जैसे कुछ भी हो, मतलब किसी इंसान के पास कुछ भी हो, एनी सिचुएशन, ठीक है, इफ ही और शी इज कंफर्टेबल विद दैट सिचुएशन, he is very good in mindset. Okay, so mindset plays a very good role in the living of every humankind. So this is what I wanted to tell you, that you have to deal with insecurities and you have to get comfortable with your insecurities on a daily basis. But because if you get comfortable, you are going to create good thoughts within yourself, and when your thoughts are good, you can create greater actions within you. So now we know we have to stay away from the grass is always greener mentality, and you have to be comfortable with your insecurities. You have to deal with insecurities as if that you are comfortable with your insecurities. Okay, the third is most powerful points that have helped me a lot is creating trust with your heart and your brain. Okay, what you can how you can create trust with your hearts and brain is just pulling the trigger. I have said it a name as pull the trigger. You have to always pull the trigger. That is essential. Okay, for example, you really feel like someday that I am missing Saurabh Johari, then you can directly give me a message or give me a call. That is called pulling the trigger. You should not hold it back within yourself, that I have ego, I will not message, I will not give I'll not give him a call. Okay, it's not meant for me, it's not Saurabh Johari, it could be anybody. Okay, it could be anybody, any your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Okay, even if someone is elder or younger to you. Okay, you should not be something like ki, I am having standards and I should not belittle my standard. If something is commanding you from within that you should do, then you should directly pull the trigger of that thing. Okay, because it's really important, because it creates trust within your heart, that what your heart says, you try to do it. Okay, when your heart creates trust with your actions, then you are more activated, more energized, and you feel more confident. I hope you get this perspective what I am trying to say. Okay, but maybe I'm not be very clear about the pulling the trigger concept, but you have to understand that you have to pull the trigger, whatever the deep reason, whatever the deep feeling you have inside, you should at least try to pull the trigger of that thing. Because when you pull the trigger, your heart supports you, your heart provides courage to go and break through at that point. Okay, so this is the point that is very important, pull the trigger. So I have discussed 3 points. First is stay away from the grass is always greener mentality. Second point is that deal with insecurities in a comfortably way. Third point is pull the trigger, create the trust with your heart always, so that you should be very much energized in your daily life and always be more happy and content, and you should never regret. And also there is a very much positive side here, because all the relationships and bonding you can make is before 30 years of age. I really feel that and I really value that. So that's why I try to create so much relationship and bonding with a lot of other people, because when I reach the age 30, I don't really know that I would be able to create that type of bonding. So I would really suggest relationship or bonding created before 30 would not be as successful as the relationship or bonding with your friends created after 30 years of age. So just put in the effort in your relationship and try to connect with people that you really like, and just enjoy with them. Okay, you can really be very innovative, you can very be creative, and you would really enjoy what I'm saying, and you would really relate it to it. Okay, so that's all those 3 points that I wanted to discuss with you. Stay away from the grass is always greener mentality, deal with insecurities, and third point is pull the trigger. Okay, so again, COVID is again spreading across nation, and it's really very taking dangerous shape for the society. So I hope you should keep your families and yourself safe, and take the responsibility to serve the nation when it's required. Okay, so I think it's time to say bye. So goodbye, people. I hope I could meet next time. So it's not guaranteed, but if I get time, I will create another podcast as well. So bye bye, take care.